MVP. That's one. Right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. Drive. It's tied. Seager smashes the ball. Down line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Shot again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live. Happy Easter, coming at you after a tough luck 1-0 loss at the hands of the Dodgers. Rangers dropped their third series of the season. We're going to get into everything here in just a little bit, go through the box score, go through the big moments in this one. Give a lot of love to Tyler Mahle. What a start from him. Marvelous Mahle. Wasted start, wasted gem by this Rangers offense. Look, you wondered if maybe a little bit of late inning magic might occur once again. In a weird way, kind of a twisted way, I said to myself, you know what? You're just letting the offense off the hook again with a win. I know that sounds weird and negative, but that's how I felt for a second in the 7th or 8th inning there when Tyler Mahle comes out of the game and it's 0-0. It's like, you know what? We might eke this one out and win it. But then we just continue to give the offense excuses. Well, at least we won. The offense was terrible today. We had a number of good hits, but I mean, look, I think 5 or 6, maybe 6 or 7 over 100 miles an hour off the bat, right at people. We'll give them that credit. And that's why I say it's a little bit of tough luck, but ultimately you don't get the job done. And there were a number of opportunities today where the Rangers had runners in scoring position. It's definitely not like the Rangers didn't have any opportunities at all on the base paths, right? The Rangers had their chances and they did not come through. So regardless of the hard hit balls that were atom balls right at somebody, you didn't get the job done today. And you wasted yet another really good start from one of your starting pitchers. I mean, Tyler Mahle, this is crazy. I don't know if I think they were saying this on the radio broadcast. Tyler Mahle has been given one run of support in his last 2 outings. One. It's incredible to me. 1 run in 2 starts. That's the most Tyler Mahle's gotten, and he's gone 7 innings in both of those starts. I just don't even know what to say. We're going to get to everything here in just a little bit. But first, here at Right on Rangers, we cover everything sports, putting a big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas, including the Rangers and especially the Rangers during MLB season. Thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. Let's get into it. I'll take all your comments and questions along the way. I'm seeing some of y'all starting to chime in about the final out call. First of all, I thought it was a great call by the radio guys. I mean, the line basically was this. If baseball players and fans from the 1950s could see what we are doing with instant replay right now, I think that some of them would be rolling over in their graves. That was the line from the radio guys. I thought it was classic. And here's the point. We shouldn't be doing instant replay whether or not guys' hands come off the base at second when they're clearly safe. They clearly beat the throw. We're using instant replay to judge whether or not for a millisecond a player's hand came off the base or foot came off the base while he was trying to pop up. It's ridiculous to me. Look, if the Rangers had won the game on the opposite call, I know that maybe some Dodgers fans that join us won't get it or agree because they don't know me very well, but I would be saying the exact same thing. I don't like the call. I don't like that we use instant replay to make a judgment. Obvious safe. Wyatt Langford beat the throw, clearly safe. Whether or not his hand comes off the bag for a fraction of a second. It's kind of the same idea as the neighborhood play for me. Like I'm totally good with the neighborhood play. And what you do with instant replay is you create these weird oddities that really there was never any intention of uncovering when you first put this into existence with instant replay. So, look, here's what I'd be saying if the Rangers got that call. You know what? We'll take it. We'll take it would be my exact line if the Rangers got that call and the Dodgers were the ones that got called out to end the game. But I would still say after, I don't like the call. I don't like that we instant replay for plays like that. I don't love that we are calling guys out because their hand, foot coming off the base for a fraction of a second. I thought he was safe, by the way. But when you've got the call on the field being out, and now you've got umpires that are trained to be looking for, oh, did his hand come off the base? Even for just a second? Okay, out. It doesn't matter if he beat the throw. I don't like that. You got umpires that are hypersensitive to it already. And so, yeah, some people might make the counter argument, well, he called him out on the field. Yeah, he did call him out on the field because the umpires are now trained to look for things like that. Does his foot even come off for a fraction of a second? Does the hand slightly come off the bag? I just don't like it. I think it was an obvious safe call anyways, even with replay. Rick, appreciate all the comments, by the way, man. Thank you so much. Very grateful. Thank you for the gifts as well. We got over 100 today. How about that? Rick, just like that. Live goal achieved. Thank you, sir. Means a lot. Future, appreciate you. Comment is Dodgers fan here. He was safe. Sorry. Yeah, I think he's safe there. I'm not trying to be a homer. Y'all see what I'm repping today. We got the polo hat, City Connect combo. I love it. Y'all know who I root for, and you know what my vested interest is. But I think that was a safe call. I think those of y'all that have been with me for a while, you would know I would say he's out if he was out. Look, it's definitely a tough call when the play is called out on the field, but I think replay clearly showed safe. And it's disappointing that the call ends that way. I'm not even going to go there with, Dodgers favoritism. That's like what the emotional reaction is for me. Like there's the Dodgers getting a call again, but I'm not even going to go there. I think it's strictly because the call on the field's out. And you know what? There's just a little bit of doubt. Maybe he's not safe. So let's just leave the call on the field alone. It's a really tough way to end the game, but can we just call it like it is? The Rangers offense didn't deserve to win that game. And I know maybe some of y'all don't want to hear that. Like I said, to lead off the show, it was just kind of an odd thought that I had, kind of a twisted thought. I don't want the offense to continue to get off the hook. I am just tired of the offense doing this in the face of outstanding pitching performances from Tyler Mahle, DeGrom. I know the Rangers get fortunate with the Adolis Garcia walk-off, but I'm tired of the offense doing this. Marcus Semien 0 for 3 today. Adolis Garcia, after a big game yesterday, looked like Dolly was just swinging out of his shoes today. Was swinging out a lot of crap, was not being balanced up there at the plate. That's when he's the best. Just balanced Dolly. That's what he was in that Kirby Yates AB when he hits the homer. Looked like he was swinging at just about anything today. Maybe trying to do too much. Maybe understanding that the Rangers are scuffling a little bit up at the plate. I don't know. Wyatt Langford gets a hit. That was a great AB from him in the 9th inning. For me personally, by the way, I'm going to get to y'all's comments here in just a sec. One last thing. With Wyatt, I don't understand the decision not to run him with Pilar up to bat or to bunt Pilar. I don't get why you're not bunting Kevin Pilar there or stealing Wyatt Langford in that moment. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay, so not only are you going to pinch hit with Kevin Pillar, you're taking the bat out of Dustin Harris's hands. Fine. I'd rather Dustin Harris be hitting there, by the way. I don't care about lefty on lefty. I'd rather have the dude that's been in the game. I know he was 0 for with 2 strikeouts. If you're going to swing away, I'd rather have Dustin Harris in the ballgame against Tanner Scott. I know it's lefty-lefty. I'd rather have Dustin Harris. He's in the game. He's hot. Kevin Pillar, in that moment, to me, the only reason you bring him up is to bunt. I mean, look, I don't get no bunt, no stolen base in that Kevin Pillar at bat. I'm glad that they eventually decided to steal Wyatt, and I think he was safe at second, but I think you got to do it sooner. I don't think you wait till Kevin Pillar pops up to then try and steal. Get to second with nobody out so you can manufacture a run. Wyatt, one of the fastest guys in MLB, I just don't get that decision to not bunt and then to not steal. It's one thing if you're going to hit away with Kevin Pillar, let Wyatt Langford try and get down to second base. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. I would love, this is where I would love to be a reporter. Just, you don't have to be rude, but you just say, talk me through the thought process there. You bring in Kevin Pillar to pinch hit. Why not bunt or try and steal in Kevin Pillar's at bat? I just don't understand that. Let me get to the comments, y'all. Let me get to the comments. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. YouTube, what's good? I see a lot of y'all. John, what's up? Thank you so much. Brad, see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Who else we got in here? Natalie, what's good? Caden, what's good? I'm going to get to all y'all's comments. Thanks for being patient with me. Yeah, look, Zach, robbed. It feels that way for sure with the call at second. I'd like to see what would have happened in that moment. So I would love to see if Wyatt does get called safe there like he should have. You know, what happens next, right? What happens next in that moment? But look, at the end of the day, you have an out call, and what are you going to do about it with the offense scoring 0 runs all game long? Berger up to bat there, 0-1 count. Look, y'all, I can't say I have a ton of confidence Berger's going to get it done there. I just give y'all my real transparent reaction. We're not sunshine and rainbows and just, making stuff up as we go. Eternal optimist. I'm pretty positive. I think those of y'all that have watched me for a while know that, but I can't say I feel great Berg is going to come through in that moment. Y'all let me know if you had a different gut feeling. I can't say even with Wyatt safe, I'm feeling like Jake Berger is connecting for a walk-off there, but I'd like to at least have been able to see. I would have at least liked to have seen whether or not it could happen. If I'm betting, I'm probably betting that he's not going to come through in that moment. Like, seriously, there's nothing in this game really all season long that would make you think Jake Berger is going to connect. I mean, look, he was 0 for 3 on the night, 2 strikeouts, so wasn't putting the ball in play today, and it was an 0-1 count already. I don't know that Berg comes through there either way, but I would have liked to have at least seen what happened if Wyatt does get accurately, correctly called safe at second base. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. This offense, Macklin, couldn't agree more. This offense is troubling. MLB hates the Rangers. Bryson, what's good, man? It does seem like the Rangers get on the bad end of a lot of these replay calls. It really does. Rangers 0 for 6. Both teams were 0 for with runners in scoring position. Dodgers were 0 for 6. Rangers were 0 for 5 with 7 left on base. Yuck. I see some Dodgers fans admitting the truth here. Appreciate that. Look, I'd be real. I would tell y'all he was out. Let's not cry about it. The offense stunk anyways. He was out. I do think he's safe. I can't say I feel like Berger's going to come through there. Yeah, Tyler, I'm with you. The glove, I saw the replay. Glove wasn't touching him when he was off. And then the glove was touching him when he was on. I think the only reason they stuck with it is because the call on the field was out and we're maybe a little bit unsure. I think it was pretty obvious, but I'm just assuming that's what the thought process was. Yup. Hey, look, it's true. I don't think even Dodgers fans can deny. And look, I'm not a big time Dodger hater. Not big time. I mean, look, clearly Dodgers big market team, a lot of success. It's not like if you're not a fan of the Dodgers, you're going to be in love with them. But clearly the MLB is pushing Dodgers. Otani's on MLB.com homepage every single day. I mean, I'd be shocked if he wasn't on there today. Shohei's first game back after paternity list leave. Like, that's what it is. It's either Dodgers or Yankees on MLB.com every single day. I mean, I get it. It's a big market team, and you've got the best player in baseball. It makes sense. But I can't say that is necessarily Dodgers favoritism. It's an easy, low-hanging fruit to grab at. But to me, I think that New York, a lot of the times, if it's not like 1,000,000% clear and obvious, they're sticking with the call. I've seen it happen so many times. And like, look, you're definitely in that realm of like really, really, really close play, right? But I think he was safe. But that's my idea. I'm not going to go conspiracy tinfoil hat theory guy that it's because they want the Dodgers to win. I just think there's a little bit of incompetence mixed with not wanting to be wrong. And so you say with the call in the field, I don't know. Yeah, that is true, Rick. It's a good point if you're still hanging out. I just don't think umps love to do the overturning thing either. Like, I mean, it has to be, like I said, pretty like clear as day, obvious. And look, I know some of y'all might be saying it was. I think it was too. I think it's obvious enough to make a call, but let's be real. It was still a really close play. I'm just walking you through what I think the mentality is. If it's not clear as day, slap you in the face, obvious, they're not going to overturn it. Appreciate the gift, by the way. Thank you so much. Offense is struggling. Jose, yes, sir. Thanks for the comment. They're struggling. In a way, the Rangers they go 4-2 this week. It's a positive week. This loss sucks, but the Rangers went 4-2 this week. Hard to complain about 4-2. So let's just let that sit for a second. The Rangers won 4 out of 6 games this week. I did not think that was going to happen. I thought 3-3 sounded a lot more realistic. I thought, hey, maybe you drop a game against the Angels, win that series. And then, you know what? I didn't think Rangers were going to win this series with the Dodgers. I think Shohei being out a couple of games probably helped a little bit. I had 3-3 this week. I was very surprised, very pleasantly surprised with 4-2. So that is the good news. That is totally the glass half full mentality. But the offense is struggling. And look, Jock didn't get sent down, but he did get sat down today with Wyatt Langford being activated. I'd like to see Jock get the A series off. I think you can give Jock the A series off. Let him come back for the weekend series. Just give him the A series. Let him sit. Let him clear the mind. Maybe do some work in the cage, mechanics, retooling. I would love to see them give Jock the entire A series off. Just reset. Take 3 days. It'll be 4 days. It'll actually be 5 days because he didn't play today. It's an off day tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, A series. I'd give him the entire A series off and then bring him back for the weekend, hitting him in the 7th or 8th spot, and see if a little bit of time off gives him an opportunity to turn this around. I would love if they would go with that plan of attack. I'm not sure that they're actually going to do it. Maybe, just maybe, somebody will be watching the live right now and can share the word with Bruce Bochy. Hey, give Jock a few days, please. I don't think any Rangers fan would be upset with that. Slick Rick agreed. Ridiculous, the lack of run scoring. Yeah, Unc, I agree with you. Look, I'm not going to whine and pout about the call at second to end the game because the Rangers were just so bad on offense. I know there were a few hard hit balls, and I know some people that are just going to defend every negative thing at every turn when it comes to the Rangers are going to throw that out there. I hear you. It's great that we had 6-7 baseballs hit over 100 miles an hour. We scored 0 runs. Like, at some point, you also have to look at the fact that we struck out 11 times. Like 11 of the 27 outs were strikeouts. To me, anytime you're striking out double digits, it's not great. You're getting unlucky with the hard hit balls. Credit to you for hitting the baseball hard. You're still striking out collectively 11 times as an offense. It's not good. Anything single digits to me, you can live with. Anything 10 plus, it's like you're not even being competitive when it comes to putting the ball in play and potentially making the defense work, make a mistake. 11 Ks, I think to me, outweighs the hard contact that the Rangers had. So I think you tip your cap to the guys that are hitting the baseball hard. But for me, 11 strikeouts is unacceptable. And you did have some strikeouts in big moments, right? I mean, you look at what we had going on in the 8th inning, right? We had Marcus Semien on second base. Josh Smith called out on strikes. Adolis Garcia strikes out swinging back to back. And look, no Josh Smith hate today. Josh Smith was phenomenal. 3 hits today. Definitely a bad spot to get called out on strikes for him. And look, the strike that he gets called on, little backdoor slider from Dreyer, actually lefty, so caught the outside corner, not quite backdoor, but I definitely think that was not Josh Smith's best at bat. And unfortunately, it was the worst time to have your worst at bat of the day. But Josh Smith had a great day. But those 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the 8th were huge. Simi walks to lead off the inning. Corey Seager with the hard ground out. And then after that, you had Josh Smith and Dolly striking out back to back. This team feels basically like last year's team to me with a little bit better pitching, right? Better pitching, but this feels like the exact same offense from 2024. Samuel says new batting coach. A lot of y'all are on the new batting coach, and I don't think they're going to go for it this early. I don't think they're going to make a change this season. I think, too, and I already went back and forth with some of you, I think the batting coach thing really takes the onus off the players, and the players are the ones swinging the bat in the game. So, yeah, we can evaluate the batting coach, but let's not take the onus off of some of these guys that are sucking. Like, how else do you want me to put it? Hitting coaches can't stand up there in the box. And I don't know. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe there's a lot of people that disagree with me here. Like, you're a professional baseball player. You play Major League Baseball. Are you that dependent on a hitting coach to dictate whether you're successful or not? I mean, I don't know. These guys have so much talent. I think it's a little bit unfair for us to be like, yeah, it's the hitting coach. It's not the dude that's taken 500 at bats, 600 at bats in a season. It's the hitting coach. I'm not saying coaching doesn't matter. I'm a coach myself. I've coached at various different levels. I think coaching is extremely valuable. But when you get to this level, the professional level, I think that it matters, but don't take the onus off of the players that aren't producing. Keep going. How did I manage a City Connect? I don't know when I got this City Connect. I feel like it was like last year at some point, and I just ordered it offline. I don't know. Honestly, Harris should have been there. Yeah, totally agree. I think that Harris in that spot would have probably given you a better chance than Pilar, unless you were going to bump Pilar. I mean, unless you're going to bunt him. I don't think there's any other reason. I really hope we finish over 500. Won't happen if the bats don't get going. Pancho, I think we're going to be fine. I mean, I think this is a bad spot, but I think they're going to be okay. I really do. How long can Tyler carry this even with the regression? I think Tyler is not going to go out and do this every single start, but I think he is going to absolutely be solid for us over the course of the season. Oh, Justin, you were there. My goodness. Tough game to go to. Like, great because you are seeing really good pitching. Like, there was some really good pitching on display today, but at the same time, we all love seeing offense. Like, let's get real. Offense makes the game fun, MLB does have an offensive problem right now. You've got teams as a whole hitting worse than really they've ever hit before in the game. And a lot of that has to do with higher velocities and more spin, all that kind of stuff. But the games need more offense. I think we got to think about this as what's best for the game growing and getting bigger and bigger and staying popular and relevant, because that's what I want. If baseball is not popular, that's not good for guys like me. I think that we've got to figure out a way. I don't know what it's going to be, but I think MLB is going to be looking into this. More offense. Batting averages are worse than they've ever been before, or at least pretty far down there. I don't know what the issue, what they're going to end up doing, but I'm very curious to see. They were just talking about, I think it was last week, how these numbers, batting averages across the league, are among the lowest they've ever been in the history of the game. Keep going. Yeah, way too many left on 100%. 0 for 5, 7 guys left on base. Not good. It just shouldn't have gotten to this. It really shouldn't have. Tyler Mahle, 7 strong innings, 0.68 ERA for Mahle. My goodness. Yeah, Berg is having a rough go. I really do think at some point you consider Dustin Harris over Berger at first base, especially if there is a righty up. I get you don't want lefty with Harris. I think Dustin Harris might start getting first base time if Berger can't figure it out. As good as Berger's been defensively at first base, I just don't think that they end up sticking with him if you've got a guy like Dustin Harris giving you great ABs. We keep going. Miss Nathaniel Lowe, Cody. Yeah, I mean, I think that Nate Lowe is definitely one of my favorite Rangers. I don't want to say of all time, but of the past several years for sure. I just love the energy, love what he brought into the clubhouse, had some fun moments. I don't know if I miss Nate Lowe, but I will say this: Berger hitting $179 or whatever he's at, along with Jock Peterson, the 2 new guys, it's just disappointing. Keep going. Appreciate the follows, by the way. Thank you so much. Yeah, they could have easily taken this series. I'm with you. And look, it was kind of nice with Ohtani being in the mix today. Maybe you make the argument he's a little rusty. I was shocked to see Ohtani in the lineup. I guess he left the wife, left the newborn, hopped on a plane. I figured he was going to go ahead and take the weekend off, but hey, more power to him. But you have Ohtani in the lineup, and I think maybe some people might say, yeah, you didn't have to face Shohei Friday, Saturday, maybe kind of fluky how close the games were. You have Ohtani in the lineup, and the game's close again. I think these are 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Dave Roberts, Dodgers manager, actually had quite a bit of compliments for the Rangers after the game yesterday. Said they're a World Series caliber team. As long as DeGrom, Evo can stay healthy, they've got the best coach in the game. This is what Dave Roberts said yesterday about the Rangers. And I tend to agree with a lot of what he said. I do think this is a World Series caliber team. The offense has got to figure it out. But I do think that this team is capable of beating some of the best teams in the game and going far in the playoffs. We keep going. Yeah, I do. Hey, Jacob, what's good, man? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, look, I think the Rangers-Dodgers World Series, I think I had a couple people throw that out there, Rangers-Dodgers World Series. I absolutely think that could be a legitimate matchup. I could totally see Rangers-Dodgers World Series with how good each team is. Rangers haven't even reached their potential offensively yet. Dodgers, from top to bottom, that's a great lineup, and they've got some really good arms. I think I'd probably give the slight nod to Texas with the pitching rotation, and obviously I'd give the nod to LA with the offense. LA's got some great pitching, but hard to top DeGrom and Nate Eovaldi. Tyler Mahle's going to give you games like this, 1, 2, 3 punch. I would say probably a little above LA right now, but it's close. But the LA lineup, just crazy good. And that ended up being the difference. They're able to string together some at-bats there in the 8th inning. Freddie Freeman, That was outstanding situational hitting by Freddie Freeman. That is the kind of situational hitting that I dream of for Texas. He's not trying to do too much there, right? That's what I love about Freddie. Dude can absolutely nail a baseball at the ballpark. You saw that home run he had yesterday. That was a tank down the line. That's the kind of potential he has in terms of power. But in a moment where it's first and third, one out, Freddie easily could be trying to pull the ball, hit a home run. Instead, what's he doing? I'm just going to take the ball where it's placed, where it's given to me, and I'm going to serve it exactly where I need to get this runner from third home. I mean, I think that is just a perfect example of a hitter not trying to do too much, a guy who has all of the talent in the world, but isn't getting too big in the moment. Love that. Yeah, totally agree. I do think he was safe. You don't score a run all game, though. This literally was my sentiment exactly. Like, it's hard for me to go off on that one call when you're so bad offensively the entire rest of the game. All right, y'all. TikTok, I'm going to come back to you guys. I am going to check out YouTube and all the rest of the other comments that I've missed. Natalie, I'm with you. If you have instant replay, first of all, I don't really think they should be replaying whether or not a fingernail comes off the base at second. I think it's starting to get a little ridiculous. Not really what instant replay was intended for, but here we are. I would love to see them kind of do away with it a little bit, especially with these plays down at second. I think the plays at first, obviously, the fair foul calls, home run review, there are definitely a lot of plays I think worth reviewing. But the ticky-tack, yeah, his pinky came off the base and, the tag was being held, so he's out. I mean, to me, it's not that fun either side. If the Rangers, they had it happen to them, I would be grateful. Thanks for the win. Appreciate it. But then I would continue to rail on the rule. I just don't like the instant replay on these ticky-tack plays down at second base where a guy's hand comes off the base for a fraction of a second, even though he was safe by 2 feet, 3 feet. I don't love it. Let me keep going. Whitetail, if you're still hanging out, appreciate the comment. I agree. Wasn't a great call. Brad, yeah, hitting coaches, it's going to be evaluated, but I will say the guys in the box, the guys hitting the baseball, we've got to keep the onus on them. Yeah, terrible call at the end. I got to agree. Was not my favorite. But look, don't leave it up to that. Don't leave it up to your last out. They had so many other chances to win this game. Pitching is outstanding right now. 100%. Totally agree. Josh Smith was great today. Not at all throwing any shade towards him. It's unfortunate. Biggest moment of the game for him. I don't think he had any other RBI opportunity in today's game, but it's just unfortunate. Biggest spot in the game, chance to tie, and you get called out on strikes. And it wasn't particularly close. Just a bad AB from Josh there. Hard to get on him going 3 for 4, but you strike out on 3 pitches, and the called strike 3 is catching a large majority of the plate. Just a bad time to have your worst at bat. John, yes, some hard hit baseballs, but the runner and scoring position problem just has to get better. I mean, there's no simple, easy fix. The Rangers would already be doing it if there was one. But 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, 7 left on base, just ugly. Ugly, ugly. Caden, being a pitcher on this team has to be infuriating. You have to basically pitch a perfect game. Look, even if Mahle would have pitched a perfect game, we would have gone to extra innings today. Like, that's the reality right now with Rangers pitching. Does it seem like the walls are further out this year? I bet it does for Marcus Semien. Marcus Semien, has had warning track power all year long. I've seen, Marcus hit 3 baseballs, 2 literally back against the wall for the fielder, and it gets caught right there. Marcus barely missed a 2-run homer, I believe. My joke was, dude needs to get in the weight room, man. Do a few extra curls. Whatever you need to do, get that ball over the fence, man. He's had multiple hits over the past week. that get caught with the outfielders back against the wall. It's something, John. I don't know if the walls are further out this year or what, but seriously. Starting pitching went 20 innings, 10 hits, 3 earned runs, 18 Ks, 4 walks. I mean, these are filthy stats being read off right now. Absolutely filthy stats. But not a lot to show for it. You lose 2 games out of 3. Offense scored 5 runs in the series. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Let me keep going. Matthew says Mahle for Cy Young. It's trending that way. Dude's been that good. I mean, I thought Evo was going to be an early Cy Young candidate. How about Tyler Mahle? Yeah, A's pitching. I think the A's are definitely going to give us a bit of a handful, but I think this is a series the Rangers can take 2 out of 3. There's always weird series with the A's, though. It always feels like we play the Mariners, we play the A's, it starts getting weird. So we'll see how it goes starting on Tuesday here. Caden, it's odd. The Rangers, to me, are such an aggressive team at times. I have noticed this, too. I would love to do a deeper dive. How many fastballs are they taking? We know that the fastballs are not what Rangers hitters, by and large, are most comfortable with, but I'd love to see a deeper dive on this. Keep going. Who is more likely to lead off when Simeon inevitably gets bumped down? I think it's probably got to be Josh Smith. I think Josh Smith hitting him 1, Seager 2, Langford 3. I would love to see Langford hit 2, Seager hit 3, but I just don't think they're going to do it. So I think it's got to be Josh Smith, obvious choice for leadoff when it gets there one day. Yeah, Robert, totally with you. The losses were heartbreaking. Impressive considering that Dodgers lineup is probably one of, if not the best lineup in baseball. So I do think there's a lot of positives you draw. It's just hurtful when the games were within reach. You could have won probably 3 out of 3 games this weekend. That's not taking anything away from the Dodgers because they had their opportunities too, and they didn't always take advantage either. But the Rangers easily could have swept this series if they would have had more timely hitting with runners in scoring position. Let's see this one. Jacob says, what drives me crazy is RSN spending the entire postgame complaining about the replay. Like, make your point and talk about that. Yeah, that to me, I do think you have got to have some perspective on. And I think y'all have heard me. Yes, we've talked about the replay. The replay is not why we lost the game. We lost the game because our offense can't hit the broadside of a barn consistently right now. That is the reason we lost this ball game. You were 0-for with runners in scoring position. I can't really say that Jake Berger probably comes through in that moment. He was down 0-1. I don't know that Berg comes through with the base knock. I'd love to see what happened or what would have happened, but it's not like this was a call that ended up losing the Rangers the game directly. I think it's very reasonable to bet that Jake Berger might not have got a hit there. Could he have? Sure. Was he going to? Absolutely no. The game could have easily been over on the very next pitch. Berger popping up, grounding out, striking out. So I'm kind of with a few of you that are acknowledging bad call, but let's move on. There's much other bigger problems to focus on in this game. John, I'm with you. I would never have guessed that the pitching was going to be this good and was going to be the reason why we are 4 games above 500. Are we 13-9 now? Is that the record now? 13-9? Yeah, I mean, look, with the offense as bad as it's been, I would not have predicted that either. Rangers have scored 67 runs, which is close to worst in MLB. Yikes. I do agree. Josh Smith should be the leadoff hitter for sure. No doubt. A's have one of the worst starting pitching rotations. Severino, has he been pretty good, though? Severino has been pretty decent. Let me see. If the Rangers can't score in Sacramento, then we'll be the worst offense in MLB. Okay. We'll see what happens. Jacob, by the way, I'm expecting some Rangers content. We got the A's announcer coming up here for the next few days. She is gold, by the way, for content, man. That is 100% accurate. So I'm expecting some Rangers content from you this week, my friend. I'm sure she'll give us something. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? That A's announcer, and she is gold for the one-liners. I mean, look, I know we might have our different opinions on announcers and preferences, but I'll tell you what, it's entertainment to me. It absolutely is. By the way, if y'all don't follow this guy, go check out Jacob Berger right now, man. He is awesome. He does a lot of amazing content, voiceovers on really, really funny and entertaining calls. So y'all should go give this guy a follow 100%. Oh, you made one today? Sweet. I'm looking forward to that, man. That's going to be great. Appreciate all the comments, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, let me get back to TikTok a little bit here. Adoli still hit the walk off though. Look, yeah, it's great. Today, it kind of felt like he was swinging out of his shoes a little bit. I think he was trying to do too much today. Didn't look balanced up there. So maybe the 0-0 ball game had some guys pressing. Dodgers fan, he was safe. Sports betting called, said keep it and out. Ty, you never know. Somebody made a phone call to Vegas, huh? We had 0 runs. That's more a problem than the call. 100%. That's my perspective too. Rick, appreciate the gift, man. Thank you so much. All the gifts today. The season is still going anyway. Hope we beat the A's. Yes, sir. The A's definitely, I think, give the Rangers problems from time to time. Let's be real. They do. When we go up to the Northwest, it always feels like it's an issue, whether it's Seattle or San Francisco, now Sacramento. We'll see how it goes, but we should be able to take 2 out of 3. Great series. I do agree. Mahle pitched a gem, 100%. We definitely need more BP work. I'm scrolling backwards a little bit here. Offense has got to show up. The umps did blow that call, not the reason why they lost the game. Arlington was Dodgers home games now. That's what I heard a lot of, which kind of surprises me, but I know a few of you guys were there. Jacob, I know you were there if you're still hanging out with us. A few of y'all were there. It kind of surprises me. I know Dodgers fans travel really well. I know there's a ton of Dodgers fans, but I just would have thought that you would have seen more Rangers fans get to the ballpark. It's hard. You're going against the Dodgers, the Yankees, a lot of these really huge franchises. It's going to be tough. You know, they're going to travel well, but it did feel like almost all weekend long, it was at least 50-50. At times, maybe it's just because we were alert to it. It almost felt like at times Dodgers fans were outnumbering a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I mean, that's why I'm asking all those of y'all that might have gone to the game. Dodgers are the Rangers' father. Not last year. I think the Rangers took 2 out of 3 last year in Dodger Stadium. So I can't say I'm going to go with that comment, but this series, yeah. But last year, I think Rangers took 2 out of 3. Jackson, you wish Mariners are not taking the division, but dream on. Do I think the Rangers are better than the Red Sox? Yes. Rangers will be under 500 by the end of May. Disagree. Yamamoto had us held up pretty good. Who doesn't have us held up pretty good right now? That's kind of my thing. Like everybody kind of trash talking on the Rangers and the offense and like how good their opposing pitcher was against us. Like, yes, Yamamoto and Sasaki are very, very good pitchers. But literally everybody is dominating this Rangers offense right now. It's not a special thing to do. So anybody trash talking, Yamamoto dominated you guys. Everybody's dominating the Rangers offense right now. Like, I hate to say it, but literally a 4th or 5th starter could probably turn in a quality start against us right now. I don't think it's special. Keep going. Did we out-hit? Did we out-hit them today? We did, 5-3. Oh, my gosh. Parker, what's good? Pretty much all Rangers, a lot of Rangers, I should say, a lot of Rangers content. He asked me what this channel is about. A lot of Rangers content. I'm from the DFW area originally, so I do mix in lightly content from the other teams in the area. So I do a little Cowboys. I definitely will do some Mavs. Don't really lock in on the Stars except casually, like happy to talk Stars, but hockey has never been my forte in terms of sports analysis. I just didn't grow up around the game enough. If the Stars are playing, absolutely will cheer for them. And I understand the game, but not really going to be able to break it down super awesome beyond just giving you like my emotional takes on how I was feeling during the game. But it would be a little bit ignorant. I would probably be a little misguided at times. So I'm a fan of the Stars, but definitely not feeling like I'm an expert enough to make it a big focus on my channel. I also cover the Texas Longhorns too. I know there's clearly tons of different colleges, SMU, TCU in the DFW area, but Longhorns have always been my team since I was a really, really small kid. A lot of family went there, and just always been a team I've cheered for. So mostly Rangers with all those other teams mixed in as well. Keep going. Rangers offense is woeful. Duck Place, appreciate you. All the talk about a new hitting coach is partly because of how bad the ABs have been. Look, I'm not saying it's an illegitimate discussion. Like we shouldn't even be discussing the hitting coach. For me, I just feel like when you make the hitting coach more than the player, I just don't agree with that. I think you got to keep the onus, the focus on the players that aren't performing. They're the ones getting paid hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. We've got to keep the focus on the players. The hitting coach, definitely a valuable spot on any big league club. Coaching does matter. It does make a difference. Let's not let players off the hook. Hats off to the Dodgers. Yup, Julio, appreciate the comment. Let me go back down to the bottom here. I think I caught up on all of my YouTube and Facebook and X comments, by the way. Happy Easter to you as well, Travis. Appreciate that, man. Go Rangers. Tough loss today. God bless you as well. Richard, you were at the game today, huh? Dude, go Dodgers. Man, y'all got us. Y'all got us this weekend. We got y'all in LA last year. Y'all got us this weekend, man. Too much, though. Like, it was really 50-50, huh? Dodgers fans, Rangers fans. Dodgers fans, they show out. I mean, look, there's so many Dodgers fans all over the country. I'm not going to be a hater, though. Like, as much as I don't love that, I got to respect it. You got fans partially taking over a stadium. Like, you got to respect that. I am not saying I like it, but I respect it. I know that we had a little bit of a mix when the Yankees came to town. It's always feeling like 50-50 whenever they come to town. Red Sox, I felt like there were definitely a strong contingency of Red Sox fans in the opening weekend series, but I didn't feel like it was on this level. Could be wrong there. Keep going. Appreciate all y'all. What do we got here? I think I caught up on all y'all's comments. Let me just take a peek at the box score to see if there's anything worthwhile here. We had a lot of offers today. Looks like Heim, Langford, and Smith were the only Rangers to get hits today. Yeah, I just don't see how you continue to hit Jock Peterson top 5. I saw he was hitting 7th today before they cleared Wyatt Langford. That is exactly where he needs to be hitting, 7th or 8th. We'll see if we see Jock Peterson. Jake Berger, 179 average. It has got to improve for him too. Otherwise, I do think you consider Dustin Harris playing some first base. Big moment for me again, and I don't think any of y'all really commented on it big time because we were locked in on that replay call. But I'm kind of wondering, what do y'all think about that decision? You pinch hit Dustin Harris to bring up Pilar, and then in Pilar's at bat, you don't bunt, and you also don't attempt a steal. I didn't love that. I think if you're going to pinch hit Pilar there, you're either going to give Wyatt Langford the steal sign, or you like Kevin Pilar bunting a little bit better than you do Dustin Harris. And, oh yeah, maybe Pilar bunting might lead to a bunt single. He might get on base. I didn't love the sequence there. I would love to hear what Bruce Bochy was thinking as he talked it through with the coaching staff. I would have loved to have had Wyatt Langford at second base with an opportunity, 2 opportunities for RBI. It just wasn't meant to be, whatever the case is. They decided not to go that direction, but pinch hitting Pilar and letting him swing away there, I would have rather had Dustin Harris. Would have rather had Dustin up in that spot. Marcus averaged down to 141, by the way. I know he got on base today with a walk. To me, I would love to see a move, but I just don't think he is going to get moved out of that one spot. Hobie Milner, great outing today from him. 1 inning pitch, 1 strikeout. He's been money almost all season long. I know on Friday he got into a little bit of trouble. Little unfair, though. He intentionally walked Freeman. And then Armstrong came in after him and made a complete mess of it. Tyler Mahle, 0.68 ERA. Dude is filthy. Filthy right now. My goodness. And then beyond that, I think we ought to preview the matchup for Tuesday. Tomorrow's an off day. Easter Monday. I know some of y'all maybe have a little vacation tomorrow. A little bit of vacation time, little off day. Maybe some of y'all are back to the grind. Either way, we'll take a day off from the Rangers and we'll be back on Tuesday. Probably put out a couple videos between now and Tuesday's live. By the way, won't be live a ton during the A series. I'm going to be out of town on Wednesday and Thursday. I'll probably be back by Friday, so maybe Friday I'll do a live. But tomorrow off, Tuesday we'll go live. Nothing on Wednesday, Thursday, maybe some short videos posted, but won't be live Wednesday, Thursday. I will be live on Tuesday for the first game of the A series, though. Hopefully it'll be a win. One time we'll be going live during the A series. Hopefully we get that W. Tuesday, Patrick Corbin against Beto. 2.61 ERA for Beto, 2-1 on the season. Corbin, of course, coming off a gem, 5 1/3, 1 earned run. Let's see what the averages are against for each lineup. Let me see if I can get a little preview here. A's do not have a lot of ABs against Corbin. You've got Andujar, Urshela, and Urias. Urias, third baseman for the A's, is 4 for 11 with a homer. Urshela is 1 for 5 with an RBI. And then Andujar is 2 for 9 with an RBI as well. That's it. You've got 3 guys that have seen Patrick Corbin and faced him live. On the other side, against Beto, Berger 0 for 1. Let me give you the notables. I'm not going to give you the bench guys that aren't probably going to be playing anyways. Doley 0 for 2. Heim looks like has a walk in 1 plate appearance against him. Jock Peterson 0 for 1. Pilar 1 for 3. Simeon 1 for 2. Smith 0 for 1. Tavares 0 for 1. Pretty small sample size collectively for each team against the opposing pitcher. Late night games, though, right? This is going to be a 9:05 start for all y'all that are in Texas. So late night baseball. Of course, for me, it works out great. That's 7 o'clock my time. Put the kids to bed, hop on a live, and I will be just chilling. But for some of y'all, by the time the game gets over, it's going to be late. Come hang out, though. Get a cup of coffee. Get you some caffeine. Come hang out late night with us. That'll be a lot of fun. Basketball Vibes still hanging out. What's good? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. I kind of did think, I missed this comment. I kind of did think that Shohei was going to come back and do something special today, but he ran into the Tyler Mahle show. Ran into the Tyler Mahle show, did Shohei Ohtani. I'm sure he's going to erupt pretty quick here and get back into a groove. Maybe we caught him when he was rusty. Neo, what's good? Great pitching today. Totally agree. Absolutely. Jonathan, appreciate the comment. Simi should probably be hitting like 6th, I think, right now. Maybe you could go 5th. I would say 5th or 6th is where I would hit him. That's what I'd be doing. We'll keep going. Appreciate. Let me see. What else do I got? Anybody? I think I caught up on everything. Appreciate all y'all. And thank you to everybody that's still hanging out, that followed during the live today. I saw a couple of people shared as well. Thank you, man. That really means a lot. Y'all make this show a lot more interesting. I could probably wrap on for about an hour or two about all these different topics solo, but I would much rather interact. And that's why I started this to begin with. Wanted to talk to fellow Ranger fans, wanted to get into all of these topics, all of the happenings of the game, and hear what y'all have to say. I've only got me in my mind when I'm watching these games. So it's nice to get on here and hear some different perspectives. I appreciate all y'all a lot. May 1st is Corey Seager World Series ring night. That is going to be a packed house. 100% that'll be a packed house. Corey Seager ring night. Keep going. Yeah, 2 shutouts from the Dodgers. They're good. I think we're pretty good, but the offense has got to figure it out. Have to figure it out. What happened around baseball today? Maybe there's some games still going. Let's do a little scoreboard watching. So Houston plays tonight against San Diego. Go Padres. Go Padres, please. Houston's 10-10. San Diego's 15-6. What's the pitching matchup for that game? This is Cease versus Valdez. That's a pretty good pitching matchup. Valdez has not been great to begin the year. 4.91 ERA. Cease has not been great either. 6.64 ERA. So maybe not a great pitching matchup. But anyways, go Padres against the Astros. What else do we got going on around the league? Angels are losing to the Giants. Let's keep it that way. Go Giants. A's got pummeled by the Brewers 14-1. Whew. Mariners did win 8-3 today. So let's look at the standings real quick and let's see where the Rangers sit. You've got Texas 1 game ahead of the Mariners right now. Astros would, I think, be a game and a half out if they were to win tonight. So the Rangers are going to have a game up on the Mariners regardless, and they're going to be a game and a half up at worst on the Astros, 2.5 if the Astros lose. Angels, if they lose, would drop to 2.5 behind the Rangers as well, and the A's are 3 games back. So A's could be tied for first place potentially if they have a good series. Hopefully the Rangers can wake up, man. Let's see, who scored less runs than the Rangers this year? The Royals are also at 67 runs scored. The Rockies are the only other team that's worse. Rockies have scored 65. Then it's Royals and Rangers at 67. Then after that, it's who's at 68? I thought I saw a 68 in there. Yeah. Oh, White Sox are at 68. So it's Rockies, Royals, Rangers, White Sox, bottom 4. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. All right, y'all. Appreciate all y'all hanging out, especially on Easter Sunday. We're going to go enjoy the rest of the afternoon, the rest of the day with the family. God bless all y'all. Whatever you're doing today, whether you're celebrating or not, appreciate, again, all of the support, the likes, the comments, the shares, the follows, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. And we'll be back on Tuesday live after the A's game. I'll be out of town Wednesday, Thursday. So we'll have to do like an A's series recap maybe on Friday night. I'll be back Friday night. And who do we have on Friday for the weekend series, man? Normally I've got this stuff like clockwork. Busy weekend for me. Who do we got on Friday? Let's see. Friday the 25th, the Giants. Okay, so we go down to San Francisco for a series with the Giants. Got it. Okay, so we got A's and we got Giants coming up here. Long little road trip out on the West Coast for the Rangers here. Hopefully they can make the best of it. Patrick Corbin against Beto on Tuesday in Sacramento, minor league ballpark. We'll see how that goes for the Rangers. Hopefully they can get back to their winning ways. They lose this series to the Dodgers. They drop the game today 1-0. Hopefully Tuesday will be a different story. Bats got to get going. Pitching's doing incredible. We have got to get this offense in shape. It can happen. I believe. I am keeping the faith 100%. We keep going. Appreciate all of y'all hanging out. Happy Resurrection Sunday. Indeed, happy Easter to all y'all. Have a great rest of the day. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.